here at the Island Generation, right next to the lake behind me, pond, stormy stream, whatever. There's plenty of ducks over here and stuff like that, fish and good things like that. I kind of enjoy this environment. It's kind of nice, but in all honesty, you know, I really got to look at cost and downsizing, so that's why I came up with the Island Generation, and I'm hoping that you will follow me and what I have to say. I think you'll find quite interesting. Again, you know, I'm looking to downsize into a more economical place to be and live like a king, okay? Because I kind of like that idea. And I want to take a bunch of other people that want to live like a king too with me. Couples, individuals, it doesn't really matter, okay? Because I believe I found a cost-efficient way to retire. And I'm going to stress, I'm not talking about changing any 401ks, doing anything like that. You don't have to do anything like that at all. The whole plan of this would be to allow people to just basically take what they've got in their budget, see if it fits, and be able to move into an island situation where you're literally on an island and well protected in a neat facility with a bunch of other Americans or Brits or other people that retire there, and enjoy life and continue to enjoy it. Sort of like a vacation that doesn't really end. I mean, that's the best way I can think it. And it'd be cool if you could have vacation. All of you have gone on vacations and go, God, you know, if I could just stay here, that'd be totally cool. And eat the good food and enjoy it, but I can't afford it. It's crazy pricing. You can only do this once a year or once every 5 years, that's it. So my thought was, well, it does seem possible because certain places in the world do allow you to have that capability because the cost of living there is very low. And I looked at places like Mexico and Puerto Rico and Philippines and Thailand and Japan and all these things. Well, first of all, Japan's way too expensive, way too crazy. They can't even figure out how to take care of the old people they have. They're building robots to take care of old people, which in Japan that might work. I just don't see that working with us. And I'm talking about retirees who want to get in and go to the beach. They might want to jump on a hopper plane and go somewhere to another island. They might want to jump on a boat. They might want to do some fishing. You know, they're going to be upwardly mobile retirees, not people bedridden per se, but the facility would have the ability to handle any level of condition that that person might have that they can work with them. And as I look, you know, Thailand's interesting, but if you've ever been to Thailand or ever seen any pictures of Thailand, as an example, nice people, but all the lettering there and all the wording is in Thai. Thai is U's and N's. It's Sanskrit, so it's U's and N's. I can't make it out. Even if I tried hard, I couldn't make it out. It all looks the same. And unfortunately, that makes it really difficult when you're trying to maneuver and do things. And when you look at places like Puerto Rico, they owe $78 billion right now. That's like gonna go bankrupt. People are leaving that place like crazy. Nice island, but they did a bunch of things wrong. And unfortunately, they're in a bad situation. Infrastructure's all being taken apart. You know, schools are closing. Young kids are headed to America because they have a U.S. passport, so that's where they're headed because they're U.S. territory. And then I looked at the Philippines, which I'm pretty familiar with. My wife's from the Philippines for 18 years, traveled there, and I realized that actually that makes a lot more sense for retirement. There's a lot of people going there. They're already headed in that direction because some of the wages in the Philippines is as low as $2 a day for local people. Wow, that's crazy. So to get like a housekeeper or something, $4 a day, this might be all it costs you if you want a full-time housekeeper to come up and clean your room, take care of things and stuff like that. That's nuts, crazy, right? And you start to realize, well, a lot of things that you could do, you could hire people to do for you. Or if you really want to do something in a facility, you say, you know, I'd really like to do a hobby or build something, but I can't move the equipment or I can't do it. Hiring someone to do it's a piece of cake. That's easy. I mean, it's a phone call away. Text, literally. Most texting nation on the planet, the Philippines, okay? You text somebody, say, I need some help. Can you come up here? Sure. Yeah, be there in a minute. Give me a couple of bucks. Everything's cool. So it's a totally different from that standpoint, and I'm simplifying things. from that standpoint, that kind of cost is what you need when you retire. You really do need, it's nice to have extra hands. And the millennials, unfortunately, the kids that you thought maybe would take care of you or whatever, ain't really thinking about that, okay? The millennials are definitely a different group of generation. And I've not seen at all that millennials have an intercare about what mom and dad do. It's like, yeah, whatever. Okay? And so there's not a support system as there might be in some other countries. Here in the U.S., it's just lost. So again, if you're retired, you're going to find yourself downsizing, you find yourself moving into a bad neighborhood, or the bad neighborhood's going to come to you. Yeah, no kidding, right? And you're going to start being in a situation where you fear things. It's just not good, and it never gets better, does it? It doesn't. So I'm talking about moving out to a situation where we understand that. We know that's an issue. We want to make that better. And no country, none, there's not one on the planet that you could say is safe. Okay, they all have little problems. The Philippines, because of those really, really low wages, you do have, pickpockets, you have people that run little scams and stuff like that. But inside our facility, the Island Generations facility, the idea would be that would be taken care of. And then anytime, for the most part, especially when you first get there, you would be in a situation where you'd be with a group. And you would hire someone to be with you. That is someone we've already trained, someone we know to be with you. And of course, that gives you that protection and everything when you're moving around the country and doing some of the fun things. In all fairness, the Philippines is a fun place. The people are fun. It's interesting. It's a crowded place. There's a lot going on. It's a different culture. But that's the country that our target market is to build our facility. Period. That's it. It makes sense, and all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. It's one of the last Asian countries to actually start growing and becoming large. It's in that huge Asian group that is just amazingly huge. And I'll get into that with some other videos, how big, and especially Americans do not understand the level at which places like China and stuff are going. They haven't figured it out yet, how big they are. And I mean worldwide dominant money, economic powers. And the other Asian countries are going to benefit from that. And the Philippines is just a tad behind, but that makes it great for investment, and that makes it great to go to, because now's the time to get in to that type of situation. So again, throughout this series, we'll explain all those things, and again, I'll answer all your questions. I've already gotten some emails. I love it. I'm going to be reading some of those back. I'll do email days where people ask questions, and I'll just get out here and explain it, and really go through everything and help you out, and build a group that basically wants to follow this and understand it and move forward. In the meantime, here's a video essentially of the Philippines and from the U.S. first, and then I'm going to scan it around and move the globe, and then you can see where the Philippines is, which is it's got 7,100 plus islands. Keep in mind some of those disappear at high tide. So 7,000 islands probably might be more accurate. And then if you really get down to it, there's a few big islands, and that's where most of the people are. And because of the structure and the food and electricity and everything are all in those areas. Anyway, the Island Generation, Mark Burnett. Subscribe right here. Give a subscription. Join me. Doesn't cost you anything, and you get a free email that I've uploaded something new and something else for you to learn. You have some things you want me to talk about or investigate for you too, give me an email. Well, no problem. Sounds fun. See you on the next one.